Hey there, David Moss. We're going for a twilight drive on FSD 14.3.4, and let's see, we're gonna take no freeway. Maybe eventually I'll give up, but we're off to the races, off to Golf Club Builder's house to get a new shaft put on, fairway wood. So we're gonna, apologies for that, we're running a new tripod setup for the first time and do there. So we're running on this main cam. Okay, car's waiting on there, guy with a headlight out. Went good. This will be on standard only. I will keep adjusting. We'll keep adjusting the whatchamacallit, my screen here. So we're running main cam, GoPro, Mission 1 Pro. Just got this, my very first attempt, first video, no test. This is the test. And then we're running the Insta360 Luna Ultra with the detachable screen. So this is the DJI Pocket Series competitor. So far, so good. And on there, so we'll be monitoring that. So try to talk the whole time, but yeah, we're going on city streets and such and see how long, see what it can take. My streak right now is 8,818 miles on this new FSD streak counter. So I've not had a forced intervention in that long, or I guess any intervention while FSD is engaged, I should say. A part of this new release, hope you guys get it soon, but there's a cool new rainbow confetti congratulating you when you cross 250 miles of FSD streak, 500 miles, 1,000, and 5,000. So that was all really cool to see. There goes my cell phone. Okay, we're a little washed out. Need to clean the screens for the next one. Apologies. So we're brand new to this, but we'll get it down. Golden, got a car wash today, but that obviously does not look good enough. We don't look blown out like we did yesterday. Okay. So we're good on there. So we're just going down, we're following this red Toyota Venza. Fun fact, my very first car was a Toyota Venza, 2009. It was awesome, had a V6, and it was great. Had a lot of fun on that. It had the funniest turbo lag. You could floor it, you could absolutely floor it, and then yeah, I like this camera. I need to get this mounted situation a little bit better, but we'll get it going there. It looks like you can still see somewhat with there. So thank you for tuning along for first video of this dual camera setup. My yesterday video was on the short little what do you call it, short little suction cup, and I was shot with my Samsung S26 Ultra. Kind of thought I was going to run this as a B cam, but I kind of used it just for storage. It's got a terabyte of storage. It can upload videos and such. So this is actually going to be edited on that in my first attempt in CapCut. So pretty exciting. Okay, I got to adjust the camera every turn. I'm just grateful the camera, my tripod is not tipped over, but we will keep this game golden on there. Okay, looking all right. Looking stable. We'll get this down. We'll probably get a suction cup mount on there. I thought I'd try the tripod setup, but I need to master that more and actually clean out the back seat before I do that. So we're golden though, but so far, I mean, so good. It's been a smooth release. Some of the differences include, of course, this confetti. You do have right here, there is a new add navigation waypoint button. So instead of having to go here add trip, you can just hit that button there. That's really nice. It does take some muscle memory to get used to, if I'm being completely honest. So you will mess up a couple times. Okay. Our gimbal is fighting. Okay, now we are lopsided. Where did we go? Okay, pay attention to the road, David. Okay. Okay, we're paying attention. The nag on there. So thank you again, tuning in. Okay. Well, we need to definitely work on this all. I can see how atrocious the windshield looks in this. Buy some glass cleaner. So shout out to Colton from Out of Spec Detailing. He gave me some suggestions today as well. Shout out to you, Spencer, Scott's Real Zero Rate, for what you've showed me too. So thanks, guys. But we're having fun. Eventually I think we might get on the freeway. I told my buddy I was gonna be there 9 o'clock. This saying 9:18. Let's see if he's texted. No, he is not. Just got a funny text. But new video with me and the goat of all this, AI driver. He was very gracious enough to host me this week on my way home, coming from the Michigan Tesla Owner Club summer meetup. All right. Oh, I thought we were going to be in the wrong lane, but we're in the right lane. So I was at this summer meetup speaking. I was on a panel with Dirty Tesla, Jim Spencer, most known as Iowa Tesla guy, Kopi Pierce, teen phenom, 17 years old, very boy genius, and myself. We talked all about self-driving. It was moderated by Tech Geek Tesla, our Everybody's Hardware 3 favorite YouTuber, and the whole event was moderated by Futuraza, Brian White. So it was a great time. It was in Muskegon, Michigan, right off of Lake Michigan, Heritage Landing. Awesome. There was a light show. There were several hundred people there. It was a great time. And of course, I went there that was on my way home from the Canada coast to coast. So most of you are probably tuning in today. Most know me for being the first person to drive any vehicle completely autonomously across the United States. And that was done in my 2025 Model 3. That is AI4 hardware 4, however you want to say it. I do not have a front bumper camera. And then just recently, myself, Devin Olson, and Spencer at Scott's Real Zero Rate, 3 of us made a team, and we drove the same vehicle from Vancouver, British Columbia, to Halifax, Nova Scotia. We drove all the way across Canada. That was British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and then Ontario, Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. I believe that was everything we went through. So my USA coast to coast was 2,730 miles, and this Canada coast to coast was 3,760 miles. So it was another way long trip. But so far, I mean, the drive has been incredibly boring. We don't have anything other than the park release. So far, I've had great luck parking. Where all did I go today? I went to the insurance office. I went to the golf store. I went to Supercharger. I went to the UPS store. I went to the golf course. It's been a fun day. And it's parked all those flawlessly, parked in the driveway. I guess actually I parked in my neighbor's driveway at first. I will give it that. So maybe not quite perfect as I remembered on parking. I did do that. It didn't normally used to do that on all of 14. It would pull into the driveway. Granted, I don't get to test that very much. I'm always gone. It did it every time, but then on 14.3, all of 14.3, it's gotten the neighbor's driveway. It's about 50% it gets mine, 50% it gets theirs. Hold on. Checking the damn camera. It's trying to track me. On there. Okay, so we're going. Okay, got some flashing red lights. It's gonna stop. It's a four-way stop. Guy stops. And we're off. Okay, I need to work on the gimbal lock settings, it looks like. Maybe I'll switch cameras. Maybe the GoPro will be behind in the other one, but and I hope this image quality turns out well. Both nice 1-inch sensors. Or I may switch. I also have a Nikon ZR, their first kind of prosumer cinema camera, using their red architecture. They bought red cinema camera, and it goes on there. So it's a 6K full frame beast, but it is, you know, massive file sizes and the rest. The first time I tried to edit the videos, the first time I tried to use CapCut, I made it like 30 seconds, and even my like 12 or 16 gigabyte RAM S26 was not having it. It was choked down bad. Okay. All right, now we got a little tilt on the camera. Apologies. It's looking okay. I like that I have this remote though. That's changing everything. On there. So where was I? So we're on there, 14.3.4. I mean, so far so good. We're in standard profile, keeping it simple. I've turned off highways. We got about an hour to go. See if anything interesting happens. But so far, incredibly boring. Nothing to note. I'll be curious. I've heard mixed reviews on this GoPro camera. From Devin that it overheats, and from Anato that it doesn't. So let's see. My GoPro Hero 13 never overheats. It did perfect the entire time in Canada. We were running redundant cameras. I think Devin was running a Hero 12, the Hero 13, and then this camera came while I was on the trip. Same with Devin's, so we didn't get to bring it. A little off on the timing, but it's not a good thing to try new cameras though on something as important as that. Okay, so we're going. So we're driving from the Tacoma area to Olympia, Washington, our state's capital. That is a freaky city. Do not recommend visiting. Washington State is very nice, especially in the summer. It's gray and gloomy like everybody says, but it does not have snow. It does not have hard rain. It just kind of has this light, gray, nasty little drizzle every day. But it could be a whole lot worse. So I don't love it here, but I don't hate it either. It's where I grew up. Most of my adult life, though, I've lived in Phoenix, Arizona. So we're grateful on that too. But nevertheless, I mean, going there, good lane change. We got a guy coming up. We're about to take a left. Why did it slow down? I guess the speed limit went down to 35. That's one thing I think FSD could work on, is when the speed limit drops, be a little more smooth. Maybe start this speed limit drop earlier, or I mean, it just breaks so smooth at every other instance, other than when the speed limit drops. But you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because it's like you should be thankful it's finally reading speed limit signs, and it did a damn good job of that. And when we called in Canada on 14.3, you know, this is a new build. So I think I didn't finish about a driver, but he has a brand new video on YouTube, so make sure to check him out. I'm sure you guys already all know him, because he is the best at what he does. But that video just came out this evening, and that was on 14.3.3. But 0.13 second reaction time before the path planner was starting to move and navigate. So pretty cool. All right, we're going here. Okay. All right, just the camera. This is coming in clutch. So far, I really like this. Oh, there's a Rivian. That's a cool setup. The drive-through there. Everybody's favorite Taco Bell. So we're going 40 and 35. It's about to go to 45. I probably would be in one of the right-hand lanes. We're not on the freeway, so it's not like we're breaking the law or anything, but so it sped up a little quick when we got to that speed limit increase going on there. So we're getting past. We're going 50 and 45. So far so good. Pretty uneventful. Just to make more complex situations. We all know FSD does get on the freeway. We're purposely not driving on the freeway. But that would be probably a little boring. But a bunch of lights, everything. Nothing really to note thus far. I don't like that this little handheld is kind of getting a little warm in your hand. I almost want to switch hands. It's a little bit hot. What's really cool about this is it has a built-in mic as well. You could use it, you have to hold it like that, but it's got a detachable mic as well. That's pretty insane. But we're just going to use the GoPro internal mic today because we're so close. And here's my hand. I mean, we're super close. But on there, I don't know why I did that, but trying out new things. Okay, the camera's looking good. Perfect. Okay, so we're just driving. We're in the left-hand lane. Probably say something when something interesting happens, but this is going to be to make my editing journey as easy as possible to begin. This will be a complete raw end-to-end drive. Stealth gray like myself. Highland, vehicle you don't see every other day, so FSD giving room for that Audi A8L. Older guy, but that's cool. It's kind of a car to be driven in though. Entry level in that category, but very nice nevertheless. My last ICE car, I always had a full-size pickup truck and a car. I was running that for a long time, but various Ram 1500s, and then just something I fell into. I'd never really been have a brand I'd known and loved, between Ford, Chevy, Ram, etc. I just really like the Ram. The first one I got was a 2019. I got one of the very first ones on the lot in April. No, maybe that was 2018. Yeah, 2018. It was a 2019 model year. I got one of the very first ones. I love that truck. It was great for me. I mean, I bought my Cybertruck Foundation Series, and it had numerous problems. I was in the shop at least 5 times. They were all incredibly minor, but that Ram was bulletproof. No issues whatsoever. That was a great car. I drove that for a long time and then sold it to a buddy of mine for his lawn care business when I bought the Cybertruck. But I had that, and then I had an Audi A5 Sportback, and that was a great car. I put a lot of miles on that as well, and various other things. But okay, moving over. Great, we're turning in half a mile. Speed limit's about to go down from 40 to 45. this is cool. I mean, granted, I'm never home, but you know, this drive I'm making, it's kind of just fun. I mean, all these roads I've maybe been on once or twice in my whole life. We're gonna do it the whole way for like an hour. A bunch of obscure, you know, off-roads that I normally would never ever drive on, so that's fun. Well, there's a nice modded new Supra, or BMW Z4 I should say. Okay, we're going good. Coast is clear. That gimbal is struggling. Smooth, but it's moving. Need to figure out the way to lock it better. Is double click the slow remote, and it is killing it. So thank you again all for tuning in. FSD 1434, very uneventful, no interventions. We're 21 minutes into this video. Nothing on there. Oh, what a beautiful day. Mount Rainier was out. Got to try some new golf clubs that came in that, of course, you can maybe see here. Exciting. Got a new putter. Shout out to you, Kevin Chow. Him and I, he's a Cybertruck owner. Him and I are going to be doing the 4th of July Chambers Bay two-person team tournament. So that'll be pretty exciting. All right, coming up to a red light. Smooth, great braking. You can see that Supra now. Move the camera over a little bit. You can see that Supra I was talking about. It's got a exhaust kit or filter. No, you can't turn all the way. Nobody wants to see your head, David. This car is running bad exhaust. You can smell the fumes. One thing I really hate about this Model 3, I don't know if I need a new filter. Only had the car less, you know, barely 6 months, but it does not, the filter is nowhere near as good as Cybertruck. At least have it on auto. Maybe I need to put it on inside. But yeah, I mean, pretty uneventful. Alright, we'll test out the zoom on the camera. You can see the screen, but let's see if it'll focus on here. Oh wow, well, I think that you can make that out. Right there. Alright, yelling at me. That is 8,829 miles of FSD streak. Did that on the controls, but you can see it goes 360 and we're at 1.4, I think. 1.5. Alright. We're learning on the fly here, everybody. But again, pretty uneventful. Speed limit on the car says 49 or 35. I believe it's 45. We're doing 49 and keeping up with traffic. There's no way this big road is 35, but of course the navigation says it does, but FSD is smart enough to avoid that. Alright, another stoplight. Okay, perfect. Still just chilling. I don't really believe this road is 35. You'll see at the next speed limit. driving 40 miles an hour right now. So we're going to try to go for a perfect intervention-free drive. Normally, if I was a sane person, I'd probably put it in Hurry or Mad Max for the moment. But we're not that guy. See our efficiencies. Oh wow, 184 on this drive. Watt-hours a mile. Insane. Love it. And good news so far, the GoPro is not overheated, as you can tell. For those of you that have made it this far through the video. And the speed limit is 35 miles an hour afterwards. That is very exciting. So FSD was right. I thought it was further. So we're in Spanaway, Washington now. See if we can have any. This is very, very close to where I had my very first date of all time. Shout out to her. When ice skating. Sprinker Recreation Park. Okay, keep adjusting this camera back. Apologies for the gimbal turn in the corners. We are just learning. We will figure out how to fix that. Right. I'm not sure what makes the gimbal tilt after the turn. We will also fix that as well and figure out probably a suction cup mount by the end. So let's see. Let's turn this around while we're doing it. Yeah, we point out the sky. So shout out to Devin Olson. Here is that is his Starlink there, but I need to mount it on the roof. But you can see right now, of course, there's my Starlink. There's my golf clubs, but we're on a tripod. Very, very exciting. All right, 27 minutes in, absolutely no interventions of any kind. No turn signals, no accelerator nudges, nothing. Just pure FSD, baby. We're doing great. Okay, so I had to turn, and it is getting over, but only 400 feet to go, so not the best, but it did get over. There wasn't a car there. I would have gotten over before that, but it did make the turn. And it did not piss off that police officer there. Even better. So we're driving now on a 55 mile an hour road. We have the guy in front of us. So we're maintaining proper distance. Normally I feel like it would be a little closer, but I do kind of like to give new builds the benefit of the doubt. So who knows, but yeah, he's gaining us a little. But we're doing great. Efficiency's crazy, like I said. All right, we're coming to a 40 mile an hour construction zone. And we'll see. Okay, so now we are going 57 in a 40. We're getting to a temporary light. So it's recognized the speed limit sign, but it does not slow down. It is not police. So I believe we're getting into construction here. Temporary light. Just said that. Why don't you repeat yourself, David? But that's okay. We're just there. Let's text my buddy, tell him we're going to be late. Okay. Perfect. And we will see. Let's see if we can see the stoplight. Try out this new guy. Try out the zoom. I do like this. I do like this camera. This is badass. I wonder if I press it again afterwards. Well, keypad, you can see on here, got the little screen, and then you got a joystick, and then you can move this up and forward for the zoom, and then there's the start button, and then there's two custom buttons as well. So We're just seeing the stoplight though. There's another police officer. So it looks like it's going down to one lane. This will be a follow the leader scenario. But we'll see how FSD does. Maybe the streak will end. Okay. Forward. Not sure where that room came from. Okay. Green light. Oh, that's cool. Started tracking that. If I push that forward. Remote battery low. Please charge the device in time. Yucky. All right. If that craps out, let's see. Does it make it? All right. Well, just for all intents and purposes, to say in the video, this camera was not fully charged. Let me zoom this back in first. This camera is not fully charged to begin with. I thought I had enough battery, but this remote is already saying low. So I will continue to talk, but for whatever reason, it cancels out. All right, we just moved over a lane on there to give him room. That was an awesome move. But if it craps out that camera, I really don't know what happens when you lose connection. I really have no idea. Hopefully it'll keep rolling, but we'll see. We'll continue talking on the GoPro. I'll narrate, but I just don't want there to be any funny business. Keeping the streak, we will show the streak counter at the end, etc. But yeah, just want to be transparent on that front as we try out our camera making skills. Want to be as honest about FSD as we can. It is awesome. I've not had an intervention in a long time, but it's not perfect. It is. All right, 3 clicks turns it around. But I've not had an intervention in a long time. It is perfect. Damn it! It stopped it. All right, you heard the noise. That sucks. Just because this died, the camera died. I mean, it's not even dead, it's just low, but it stopped it. Low battery. Alright. Just for the sake of the camera, 3% on the remote. So, that's why. That's unfortunate, though. I guess in the grand scheme of things, why don't we just unmount this? Flip it around and just hold it the rest of the way. And we won't have that. But we'll just talk in this angle. But again, that was the only reason why we switched, is just because I don't know how to charge a battery quite yet. We're getting there, just learning. But again, pretty uneventful drive. Let's turn that guy off. So all you have to do is just do it on there. But we'll hold this down. But again, if you look at that streak, why is it not? I'm sure you can probably see that. I'm brand new to these cameras. 8,835 miles without an intervention. We're going on our way. We're going 55 and a 55 and standard. We have plenty of room ahead of us. Nobody behind us though. You know, I expect standard to do 60 in this instance. But we're all learning. We're all learning here. Let me take this guy down since we're not losing it. There we go. But we're chilling, having the time of our life. Switch arms. But we're doing good, completely intervention free. Frustrated and sad because it stopped, so I won't stop narrating the whole time, but you know, I'm there. So the only reason this video would end, again, to throw that out there, is because this is the first time recording with this GoPro, and damn it, David. Alright, because that, I hope that's 12 hours. No, we got 12 minutes of filming. Fuck me. Alright, we got 12 minutes of filming, so we will do our best to get to our destination by adjusting the no freeways. We're already off there, so. Alright, well, we got a cell phone. I will keep it ready. We'll probably do like a plan changed on here. Maybe we'll keep this rolling though. Let's see, is my Samsung good on battery? Yeah, 100%. Alright, so that's what we're going to do. We're 35 minutes to go, so we will, this is a struggle bus, but we will figure this out. Great turns. Okay, we have 8 minutes of memory on the camera here. So we're gonna pull an Inception type move. Hopefully this will look cool. Especially like this. I guess have to pull there, there. We want 4K 30. Great. We're on the main sensor and change. So we've had a microphone change. We've had a change of everything. And appreciate you guys tuning in and everything. So incorporating the 3 cameras into this. Look how fancy I am. We had the Insta360 new Luna Ultra gimbal camera, and then we had the new GoPro Mission 1 Pro. Both of those feature nice big 1-inch sensors. And then we're on the Samsung S26 Ultra. So 3 pretty good cameras in their own right. But we're killing, we're driving, still having good luck. There's the streak. Look at this efficiency though, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely wild. But we're chilling, we're hanging out on, having some fun. 27 minutes to go. you're listening, that FSD noise was because I turned on AI driver's YouTube video, being a bad boy, looking at the comments while I'm driving. So that wasn't FSD turning on. You can see we're still engaged. Our streak is still there. If that noise would have been us, the streak would have been dead. So apologies for that.
So someone who...
Yeah, well, you keep turning. There it is again. So that's just turning on the YouTube video because I ran out of things to say, because this is just a boring release. Because that means it's good though. Something interesting happens, and we'll come back and we'll comment. But frustrating. We're on 3 cameras, so. Alright, so those of you watching, the nag was nagging and I got into hands off mode temporarily. Had to give a little wheel nudge. We're still engaged. No intervention. Just driving though. those of you watching, it never would have before gone right then. But in a new, proper smartness, aggression, it absolutely killed it there. Just when I knew the people were turning right, and it just went. It did not wait. Exactly what I would have done. Normally, it would used to be super hesitant, overly cautious, which was not a bad thing, but kind of a neutral thing. But better be overcautious than the other way. But that was special. We're not even on Mad Max. That was on standard. Diamond ranked! So we're getting close to our destination, 1.5 miles. Appreciate if you're still here. But we're gonna have a pullover in my buddy's neighborhood. I didn't want to expose his address, but we're about to do one more big roundabout, but soon it will pop up seeing our destination, parking options. Zoom in a little bit. This camera is a little bit better and lower light, but we will see. Okay, waited good, in the right lane, cars coming, we're here, turn signal, beautiful job. Gonna have another intervention free drive, and get over because the lane is ending. Perfect. Why isn't our parking option coming up? Maybe it comes up sooner. We have just a mile to go though. Maybe because it's a home, I don't know, but the menu has not popped up, but we will see. If it comes up, maybe because I made a selection. It picked pull over, but I don't know, we'll see. Normally it says like you're almost there, maybe a half a mile. We'll find out. Thank you all for tuning in again. Appreciate all. Yeah, there you go. Approaching destination. We'll park, pull over near destination. That's the new verbiage for curbside. So it would give us a driveway option and a street option, of course, but I'm not even going exactly where my buddy lives. So pull over on the street will be fine. And that will be where the video concludes. But again, David Moss, the streak is alive. I want you guys to catch me. 8,859. But pretty exciting. From Tacoma, Washington area to Olympia. No highways. 1 hour and 13 minutes. Look at that again. 162 watt hours. This car is insane. And we're turning in to the neighborhood. Perfect. A couple more turns to go. But we're doing there. But yeah, we'll continue to put out this. Tomorrow I'm driving to golf. It's probably about an hour drive or so. And there's Model Y. Shout out you. But it'll pull over right up ahead, right over here. Let's see what it does. Maybe it'll go right behind this F-150. But I have it right on this turn here. But again, this is David Moss. All right, credits turn signal on, and we'll shoot this gap. Yes, it will. Perfect job. Perfect car. That's David Moss. Another intervention-free drive of 1 hour and 14 minutes. Thanks for tuning in.